So, we finally have a chance to take a proper look at Saber Interactive's next big sim, a game called Docked. And let me tell you, this one caught me completely off guard. Saber just dropped a playable demo on Steam, and after spending a few hours with it, yeah, I think this might be the most grounded and satisfying simulation from Saber yet. Hey everyone, TeleMenace here, and today we're diving into Docked, a port operation simulator from same people who gave us SnowRunner, Expeditions, and the rest of the Runnerverse games. Now, Docked isn't about muddy trails or mountain passes. This time, it's all about the heavy machinery, precision cranes, and organized chaos at the docks. And honestly, personally think, it's ridiculously good. The demo opens with a cutscene, dark clouds rolling in over the bay, wind howling, rain starting to hammer down, and a massive container ship is limping into the port. It's in trouble. It's listing badly, and it's our job to help prevent disaster by offloading some of the containers before it tips over. And this is where you first take control of one of the stars of the show, the STS, Ship to Shore Crane. The sheer scale hits you immediately. You're standing beneath this gigantic structure that towers over the docks, hundreds of tons of steel and hydraulics moving in perfect sync. It genuinely made me feel small. I felt like I'm a tiny operator in a world built for giants, I guess. Now, the crane controls, yeah, at first they're intimidating. You've got axis, spreaders, hoist speed, rotation, movement, everything to think about. But once you start getting the hang of it, it clicks, it becomes second nature. There's also this perfect little minigame element when you pick up containers in this game. You have to line up, lower the spreader, attach the twist locks, and lift it with precision. It's surprisingly satisfying and can be challenging in some scenarios. You even get to change the spreader size depending on the container length, whether it's 20-foot or a 40-foot container. This, I think, adds just enough variety to keep things interesting and doesn't make the container lifting boring. Everything feels heavy, deliberate, and grounded. Exactly how I would imagine operating a real port in the crane would feel. By the time you finish your first shift or the first tutorial mission, the storm is in full swing. Lightning flashing, the waves slamming against the pier, and just as you're starting to feel confident, the weather absolutely wrecks the port. Which takes you to the second mission, and the second mission shift gears. This time you're behind the wheel of a reach stacker, which is basically a massive forklift for lifting shipping containers. And honestly, this is more fun than it actually sounds. Just like the STS crane, the handling feels weighty and believable. The reach stacker has rear wheel steering and a long telescopic boom. And if you're not careful, the containers themselves affect your balance. Drive too fast with a high load and you'll feel the sway of the container. You'll even have some audio cues like tire screeching or the hydraulic hissing. I mean, it's awesome. I love that you can have little oops moments as well in this game. You can knock over other containers, clip the corners of the stack cargo, or even accidentally crush something if you're careless. There is damage for the cargo, but the game doesn't punish you too harshly. It just makes you feel like the world is alive, I guess, and you have to take care. And if you're one of those tidy, detail-oriented players, this part is going to be pure therapy. You can line up every container perfectly, organize the yards just the way you like it, and lose yourself in that rhythmic, mechanical satisfaction. As I mentioned, the audio cues are fantastic. When you push the machine too hard, you'll hear the creaking of the metal or warning alarm telling you to ease off before something goes wrong. You really feel like you're part of a working, dangerous environment where power and precision go hand in hand. And before you know it, comes a third tutorial mission, loading a train. This one sounds simple, but it's a logistical puzzle. You've got containers everywhere, some blocking the ones that you actually need. So you have to move things around carefully to make some space. The aisles are tight, visibly it's limited, and precision really matters here. And then the real highlight. You get to operate the Straddle carrier. Now, this thing is wild. Imagine a vehicle that's like 3 stories tall, driving over the containers with a cap perched way up high. It's strange because it handles almost like a regular car. Well, if a regular car weighed 50 tons and could pick up shipping containers. But it's such a cool perspective, sitting up that high, looking down through the glass panel under your feet as you align your spreader. You're constantly moving the camera as well, adjusting the angles and trying not to clip the corner of the container stack. And the animations, man, Saber nailed them. When you're in the first person, you see characters' hands move the joysticks, you see the feet press the pedals, even the seat swivels on some of the machines as you shift between the controls. I mean, it's so immersive that at some points it almost feels like a VR experience, and I'm not kidding. Now let's talk visuals, because while graphics don't make a good sim, the gameplay is more important than graphics to most players, but they really do help sell the atmosphere. The lighting, especially during the storm, is gorgeous. The reflections on the wet tarmac when you first load up the game and you're standing beneath STS crane, I mean, it's like cyberpunk vibes to me. The mist rolling across the docks, the glow of the ships through the rain, I mean, it's stunning. It's really good looking. Even the small things like movement of the cables on the crane or how the tires deform slightly under the load, it just shows how much care Saber put into this. I'm sure all the previous experiences by developing previous titles, all that experience went into developing this game. The sound design deserves a mention too. The hum of generators, the seagulls, the echoing in the distance. Wind rattling the metal panels, everything feels alive and believable. And if this is just a demo, I can only imagine how good the full game sports and ships will look. There's still a lot that's locked into this demo, but we can already see the glimpses of what's coming. You've got an entire processing tab, which looks like some sort of automation or logistics system for routing cargo. There's also a materials section, probably linked to repairing and upgrading your port facilities after that storm damage. You can also see map screen with multiple buildings and upgrade options, suggesting there's management layer to the full game. I think maybe something deeper than just operating machinery. And of course, there's also a money management tab. There's also a fuel station for refueling those internal combustion vehicles. And there's a power building that seems tied to your infrastructure. Maybe upgrading it lets you operate more cranes or handle bigger loads. It looks like there's going to be a full progression system where you rebuild and expand your port over time, unlocking new machines, contracts, and maybe even new ports to operate in as DLCs in the future. We shall see. If Saber builds on what they already have here, this could be easily the next big simulation hit. Or should I say, port runner, if you will. Honestly, this demo completely blew me away. I knew Docked would be good. It's Saber after all, but I didn't expect it to feel this polished already. The physics, the sense of weight, animations, attention to small details, it all comes together into one of the most grounded and immersive port sims I've ever played. Honestly, I'm hooked, and I genuinely think Docked could become something special when it launches. Hopefully, it will be sometime in 2026. If you enjoyed SnowRunner's sense of realism, you're going to love this. It's slower, more methodical, but every movement feels purposeful. And you know what? When you're swinging a 40-foot container through a storm while all the alarms blare and lights flicker, yeah, it's pure adrenaline in slow motion. So what do you guys think? Will you be picking up Docked when it releases? Have you tried the demo yet if you're on PC? And what's your favorite vehicle so far? The STS crane, the stacker, or the straddle carrier? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and join the TeleMenace family for more deep dives into off-road and sim games like this. I'll have more coverage on Docked and Saber's other upcoming projects soon, so stay tuned because the Runnerverse just got a whole lot bigger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.